How's everyone doing? Hopefully you are doing well today. We're going to dive into three ways to improve your relationship without talking about it, right? And you're probably thinking, like, what do you mean, right? We got to communicate, which is interesting because one of the top reasons why people seek relationship counseling, relationship support, working with a coach in the relationship area is because of communication issues. I can't understand my wife, or I can't figure out what my husband wants. Something regarding communication. And what I find interesting is that this is me kind of getting into the books, research. I love to read. I love to look at studies, to really understand why people do what they do and understand the development of humans, as odd as that may sound. So, if you think about, our ancestors just going back in time, right? You got like cavemen. And we know that the language that we have, right, the English that we speak is very different than what was taking place back then. Right, back then it was probably more of grunts, like or right, and these grunts kind of mean like come over here, or stop doing that, or don't eat that. It's poisonous. You could die. But maybe they didn't have right the same dialogue as we have now, the same communication skills. So there was a lot more nonverbal. Nonverbal like get back, right? But I wouldn't use the words get back. I would just cut my hands like that, or stop, right? But I wouldn't use my words. I would just use my hand to stop. So we know that there's power, there's strength behind nonverbal communication. We also know there's a history behind nonverbal communication, which ties into the conversation that we're going to have now. It ties into looking at, really understanding what we can do within our relationship without saying one word to improve the relationship, right? And then I want to start with something that you probably did back in the day, and maybe you're still doing now, right? It's fancy terms out there for like dress to impress or make sure you look sharp. So within your relationship, the first place I want you to go to is appearance, how you look. And we're not going to get into body image or that area, but more of just making sure that you feel that you look sharp. Was there a period in your relationship where you really took time to groom yourself? Where you make sure you're looking in the mirror, you're like, all right, I've got my beard looking the way it should look, or, my clothes fit the way I want them to look. I've got, my pants, my shorts, I feel that I'm looking good. And maybe during that period in your relationship, let's say early on during the courtship, right? Whenever you were courting each other and you were really after your partner, you maybe took a lot of time to make sure that you were looking in a way that you felt with a high self-esteem, a high self-confidence. And maybe your partner early on said, hey, you look really good. You look cute, you look beautiful, you look handsome, you look sexy, whatever it may be. So the first place I want you to go to is with appearance. I want you to take time for like 7 days to really shift the way that you're dressing. Shift it to where it's something that you feel proud of. You feel that you stand out, and then your partner will be like, I like that. That's the first one. The second one I want you to go to, again, no words here, has to do with acts of kindness. Now, there are lots and lots of acts of kindness, so I want you to play with it. Play with the idea. An act of kindness is that you wake up in the morning and you roll over and give your partner a huge old hug, and then you give him a kiss, right? But there's no words that you say. Or it could be that you wake up and you get out of bed and you walk wherever you need to walk in your house, and you get a cup of coffee or a cup of tea or whatever they like in the morning, and you bring it to them. No words are being said there. Another one is if you get home at 4 and your partner gets home at 5, then you rush home and then you clean up. You clean up the place. You make it look good. You make it look spotless. You make it look like one of those 5-star hotels or resorts you walk into, and you're just like, damn, this place looks clean. You make it look the same way. No words are being said, right? That is nonverbal communication. And then the last one I want you to play with is sharing a journal with each other. You don't have to use any words. You get a journal, just a blank notebook, and then you write to them. You write to them every day, every other day, and you go right back and forth. Again, no words are being said. And what you're going to notice is that there is a profound effect when it comes to nonverbal language, because more than likely you already see it on the negative side. Right? On the negative side will be things like, I hate when you make that face. Right? You haven't said shit. You haven't said anything, but you're interacting with your partner and you make a face. And then maybe your partner says, I hate when you make that face. And that nonverbal language then shifts the conversation and leads things into a very dark place. Or it could be that, partners are arguing and one of them just walks off. Right? They don't say anything, they just walk off. Or it could be that you're on the phone with your partner and then they hang up on you, nonverbal. Right? So we know the effect, right? We know the profound negative effect of that nonverbal communication can have on our relationship, on our life. Let's focus on the positive effect that it can have too. So if you enjoyed this video, share it, subscribe, join the community of individuals that are looking for ways to improve their life, to move forward, and to be able to wake up and say, I am living my best life. Take care and have an amazing day.